I guess I conked out behind the wheel, but the car bumped into a building that housed doctors and dentists. So I had some pretty fortunate and quick medical help.
They told me that my mom had come into my room, found me on my floor having a seizure.
I was fine up until till I was 10 months old. That's when I had my stroke.
What I have is AVM, arterial venous malformation. It's a blood clot. I was only 26 years old.
We got to Wagon Hill, if you know where that is, and got to the top of that hill. I guess there were cars in front of us, cars behind us, and I hit black ice, went off the road and hit 4 trees. And
Wow.
I went over the steering wheel, hit the windshield head first, and my friend said I did that about 500 times back and forth, and I don't remember any of it.
I woke up and the alarm clock was going off, but I couldn't shut it off. But nothing was going off as an alarm in my head that I couldn't move my left arm. And I knew about stroke, of course, from medical school and from treating patients occasionally with who'd had stroke. But in my short-sighted view of things, I thought I likened it to something like a mild sprained ankle, that I'd be all fine in about 10 days. But how far from the truth that was.
It was the day after Christmas of last year, 2004. I took off to McDonald's to get a couple salads, and I slept on some ice, went into oncoming traffic, head-on into a couple cars.
Well, I really grew up with my brain injury. I was diagnosed with seizures at the age of 3. But over the years, I started gaining more control of them. I mean, I went to more doctors I can count on my hands. My seizures were getting worse around Christmas 3 years ago. I had a 5-hour visit to the hospital for a 5-hour long seizure.
We were in a Volvo, and I had my dog with me, and I wasn't wearing a, what's that called?
Seatbelt.
Yeah, I wasn't wearing that, and went in the way back of a Volvo. What's it called? And I laid down there, and in Utah, the person fell asleep, and the car fell off and pulled over. There was a car right behind us, and they saw it, and they said it was 6 or 7 times, and I was thrown out of the car, and as were my dog, and I broke everything.
Do you feel you're back to the old Robert from before your injury?
I will never go back to my old Robert. That Robert died when they did the operation. I'm a whole new person. I'm stronger, more able, smarter than I never thought I would get.
I admire those people who are more physically challenged than I. I think that's a wonderful part of Stepping Stones, to see the difficulty that some people are having and their ability to meet those challenges. They are meeting those challenges, so certainly I can meet mine, and therein lies my commitment to Stepping Stone.
They say I couldn't walk, I walked. I played sports. I just take one day at a time, and that's the way I lead my life.
They didn't know how long I was going to be in a coma, and they told my parents, you can just go home because we don't know how long he's going to be in the coma. And my parents didn't leave, and I came out of the coma, and my mother was in the room with me, and I turned and I said, "Hi, Mom," real slow, but I said it to her, and I guess she was crocheting. She said I just dropped my crocheting, and I started shaking. I couldn't believe it.
Ted, how do you feel emotionally now?
I'd say overall it's very good, that I feel I've got a loving family and that I'm made it through the worst of this thing and can see light at the end of the tunnel.
How has your life been affected since your injury? Like your family life and your social life? How is it different now than it was then?
It's even better being with my family. I'm a nicer person than who I used to be because I realized that my family are the most important people. Not my old friends, not people who I think were cool or whichever. It was my family who cared about me, and they wanted everything with me and did everything with me. So I am different, and I try to be as nice to my family as I can.
I'm trying very hard to come to terms with my life now versus my life before. To say that I'm angry or sad about the situation is an understatement. On a daily basis, I try to learn how to deal with myself and try to keep a positive attitude. And on most days, I do very well, but there are some days where I just hate to be alive.
That can be a struggle.
A big struggle.
Stepping Stones has been instrumental in me reinventing myself as a visiting lecturer in the schools of occupational therapy. And without their introductions to these groups, I would not have had the success that I have had. So it's been instrumental in restoring my self-esteem.
Well, Stepping Stones has helped me so much. I am so grateful to even be here, and I gladly support and help anybody else who needs support.
I think it's a great program. I benefit a lot more. You got classes after classes.
I'm glad that I discovered it because I've gone through a lot of different programs that were really not worth going to, but I've come here and it's very productive and it's very influential to a lot of people, and people learn a lot, and that's what I think it's all about.
It doesn't matter what you want or need. Somebody's always there to help you. If you're not comfortable with something, somebody's going to help you if you talk up. Nobody knows how to help you if you don't talk up.
It's helped me a lot. I mean, before I went here, I was in complete denial of my disability. I was like, I've had all these issues before my surgeries, why would they be any different now? But I came here, Stepping Stones, and just seeing the members and that they struggle with the same things you do. Might be on a larger or smaller scale than you, but they struggle with the same things. Help me to admit my disability and just say, all right, I have these issues, how do I work on it? I think anybody that has a brain injury wishes they could come to a program like this.
One of the best things that I've got out of the Stepping Stones program is a very good friend named Steven, and I'm very, very thankful that Stepping Stones gave me the gift of friendship.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steven.
Unbelievable.
We hope you enjoyed the preceding interview. The mission for the Krempels Brain Injury Foundation is improving the lives of people living with brain injury from trauma, tumor, or stroke. A nonprofit, the foundation offers two forms of help. The Grants and Resources Program provides cash grants to eligible individuals and families for post-injury financial crisis, transitional needs, and quality of life. And Stepping Stones, a community-based program where survivors can find friendship and learn life skills as they rebuild their lives. If you know of anyone who may need our assistance, please contact us. And if you would like to explore ways in which you can help us move forward with our mission, please contact us as well. Because brain injury from trauma, tumor, or stroke can happen to anyone at any time. It is a problem that is not going away.